Welcome back to the Jackson-Madison County Library, our summer reading program, Imagine Your Story using ReadSquared. This video is going to cover all of the different functions of ReadSquared, how to use it, how to navigate it, how to track, log, do activities, all that sort of thing. So I'm back based on my previous video to my test account that I created for myself and my different family members that I registered. And this is where you'll start once you log in to the ReadSquared account or to go to your app. And I'm going to refer to this as your dashboard. All right, so one of the first things after you create your registration is logging your reading. It's going to be different for the different age groups and categories in terms of what it's going to require of you. So each time you log something, you're going to indicate who read it, and they'll earn different varying levels of points for reading. So let's say I read a book. And again, you can log audiobooks, ebooks, books. There's going to be different choices based on the age group. If you read a certain number of days, completed a book, that sort of thing, but we're going to log a book. You can backdate this. So as a parent, if you want to log reading activity and don't want to do it every day, you can change the date for that week of what they did. All right, so I'm going to put a book title. I'm going to say I read The Great Gatsby. And by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I don't have to add a book review. That's something that you can do. You may want to review the book, give it some stars, tell us why you liked it. There's a couple of missions that I'll get to later that actually have a requirement for a book review, but you don't have to do that. If you do book reviews, what's really neat is that other people then, once we approve it, can see your book reviews and maybe they'll really enjoy the book. I'm not going to review this one. If you have family and you're logging activity, it's going to show you all the family members who participated. So you're going to make sure that if my pre-reader, if I didn't read aloud to the child, and my other children did not read it, that I'm only logging it for myself. And I'm going to submit. Now that I've read a book, I'm getting my level 2, my level 1 badge for finishing the next level of the adult story. And that just shows me where I stand with the badges. So I've earned 200 points in terms of my reading levels. If I wanted to do some logging for one of my other children, you can either go to logging here to log your reading activity, review your book, or to do your history. And again, if you want to log books and Three Little Pigs, and I don't know the author, that's not necessarily required, but I'm not going to give myself points for that because honestly it's a children's book. But I read it out loud to Sally and Tommy, so they're going to get credit for this as well. All right, so Sally got 10 points for this and Tommy got 50 points. Children earn more points for the books because traditionally, typically, if a reader read a book, that's a little bit more than if you were just reading books out loud to your child. And if you have children and there's a book they like, you may end up reading that over and over and over again to them. So now if I go to Sally's dashboard, I see that Sally has 10 points for reading and she's at 1% progress toward reaching the amount of points she needs to finish. And so Sally has not reached her level 1 in terms of points. And for each child, that's different. So that's one thing you can do is log your reading. And I showed you about writing a book review. You can have your child give you a book review. If you've got, certainly a teen could do that on their own, but if you have a child, you can ask them what they really enjoyed about the book, or you can share in their own words or in your words what you thought about that book, and let other people know. You can check the logging history for anyone, and that's something that you can actually print out. So you can see at the end of the summer everything you read, and you are able to change that if there's some reason that you messed up on that. All right. Now I'm going to go to missions, because missions are activities. They're extra challenges that can earn you badges and points and can give you entries for special prizes. We'll talk about prizes here in a little bit later. Some missions require just simply checking that you've completed the mission, and others require that you enter text or upload photos or even secret codes. So on the missions tab, and for the missions, you can see right here, I'm looking at missions for Sally. So this is going to show missions that are open to just pre-readers. There's some missions that the whole family can do together, and there's some missions that are going to be specific to that age group. Throughout the summer, and this goes for all age groups, we will be adding missions so that it keeps things fresh and exciting throughout the summer. So check back often on the missions, because the missions that are showing up now are not going to be the only missions. And if you go to your dashboard for your particular person engaged, you can see there's lots of badges that can be earned, and some of those are missions that are not yet on the mission sheet. So those will be updated and added. All right, back to missions. There's one, family read, so it's reading to your whole family. Read a chapter book or read other things aloud, and if you go to that mission, you'll see what it says, talk to someone else in your family to read a chapter book. And oops, looks like that's something that we need to fix on that mission. That mission needs an activity. Sorry about that. This is what this video is all about, right? We're still working things out, so you'll have to give us a little bit of patience. Here's one for children and pre-readers called the Flat Fantasy Friend. Flat Fantasy Friends are like Flat Stanley. We'll have things printed out that you can pick up at the main library or the North Branch and color and cut out, and then you take pictures with your flat friend. Let's say I picked up my flat friend from the library, my child's colored it, cut it out, and we've taken a picture. We're going to complete it. So to complete that, you have to upload a picture to complete the mission. When you upload pictures for your missions, just know that those are not going to be viewable by other ReadSquared participants, but we may use some of those pictures in our social media. So obviously I don't have a picture to upload on that one, but some of them require uploading of pictures. One of the things that we can go ahead and say that Sally did, after you create your ReadSquared account, stop by the main library or the North Branch. Everyone gets a summer journal, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's say that we picked up our journal and we're going to complete it, because we're going to say that we did, and all you have to do is complete the activity. So Sally has earned a badge for summer journal pickup. If you picked up journals for everybody, you're going to want to go to Tommy's missions, and you'll find summer journal pickup. We're going to go to that mission and complete it for Tommy too, so Tommy can have that badge, that digital badge. All right. So there's lots of missions. This is one of the first ones that comes up that I'm excited about, is called Explore Your City. So the theme this summer is Imagine Your Story. And so we want you to imagine our community and explore the community. Under this mission, there's going to be different activities to complete or different places that you need to go. to complete this mission. You have to go to at least 6 of the locations and activities below, and the Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau website can give you information about a lot of the things that make our community special. So you're going to choose 6 items out of here to go and visit and take a picture and upload. Casey Jones' home, Rusty's TV movie car museum, the Legends of Music Museum, murals, parks, historical markers, the farmers market, the Research Education Center, Bemis Memorial Park. Those are all options, and you have to choose 6. At some point this summer, we're going to do a drawing about a prize for everybody that completes this mission. And the Convention Visitors Bureau is going to help us put together a prize basket for that. So again, check the missions regularly with your children so that you can see what's been added for them. This is a fun one: adulting, teen books, book selfie, and other things like that. The ones that more than one age group is able to complete, like Neighborhood Quest, Movie Night, just make sure that you go to each of your children's missions and show that they've completed that mission. It's kind of different, you know, for them with the logging of books. You select or deselect people that completed that book, and you can do it all at one time, but the missions you have to go in separately. But that's okay. All right, so we've covered missions. Right now there's games. Again, we look here, this is for Billy and Billy's games. And for Billy, there are 2 games that Billy can play, and there's a lot more games that'll be unlocked later throughout the summer, so Billy can come back and play those games throughout the summer. For some of the younger children with the games, most of these games are unlocked already. So that's just another activity you can do. Game board. To be honest, I'm not sure what this game board is about. But let's look at Sally's badges. This just shows what badges Sally's earned thus far. Reading list. So reading lists are things that we here at the library put in. There are reading lists set up for teens and adults. We don't have any reading lists for the pre-readers and the children, just because there's so many children here. If we put a specific group of books, they all would be maybe checked out at one time. And as anyone with children know, children just love to read. But if we go to our teen, Billy, Billy can see some reading lists, and this can help Billy or any teen kind of get some ideas on what they may want to read. And with the teens and the adults, there are a couple of missions that are specific to some of these reading lists as well. So Jessie has created different types of reading lists based on different categories: monsters and magical creatures, memoirs, twice told tales, lights, camera, read, folklore and mythology, and you just click on that and you'll go to the book list. All of the books that are on our reading list are in our collection. You can log the book if it's a book that you've checked out. You can go to Goodreads and read any reviews. You can add it to your wish list, which is something that comes up on your dashboard of books that you may want to read. So if you think, ooh, I want to read that, I'm going to put it on my wish list just so I know that that's something I want to look to read later. You can also view it in our library catalog. So if we want to read, put Heroes and Legends on hold, then you click that button and it goes to our catalog, and there it is. We can see where it is. It's at the main library in the young adult collection, and you can place your requests through the website that way. A couple of times when I've done this, and I'm just from a troubleshooting perspective, like this has multiple authors on it. When I went to our library catalog to see if we had it, it looks like we don't have it. But what I noticed is there's just so many fields this automatically populates that what I did was just take the title and put it under that field so that I could go to it. There's going to be a few wonky things like that that we'll figure out as we go along, and you probably will too. Just give us a call and let us know. But again, that's going to give you some ideas on what to read. And for the teens, they're going to have some different choices for reading list. I've got a couple of different reading lists for adults that go along with the theme: Harry Potter read-alikes, magical reads, and Disney read-alikes. And these are not children's books. For the Disney read-alikes, it's just if you like the story of certain Disney movies, then there's a book that kind of is similar in theme to that. All right, let's see. What else I haven't talked about? Prizes. So prizes, everybody, this summer, we're not giving out just a prize to everybody that participates. One of the things that everybody is getting is a journal, which reminds me I'll need to talk about that in just a moment for journals. But the great thing about ReadSquared and why we are having everybody use that for registration and logging is the system will automatically select winners based on certain parameters. So if you win something, a prize, you'll be notified within the system, but also we'll have your phone number and your email address, so we'll try to get in touch with you. And that's automatically selected, and we'll be doing different prizes based on reaching different reading levels throughout the summer. Thankfully, we have a much larger budget this year for prizes than we normally do, since we're not doing any in-person performers and stuff like that. So we will have prizes. Let's see, secret codes. That was another thing on my list. There are some activities where to complete the mission, you'll have to receive a secret code. There's a couple of different ways that we're doing secret codes. Jennifer and Shane are doing videos for our summer writing. And the end of those videos will be secret codes that will correspond to certain missions so that you can get extra points for putting in a secret code. On a couple of mine missions, I have a mission for each of these reading lists that you can choose to do, and you don't have to do all the missions. That's just really up to you. So if you were to read one of my Harry Potter read-alikes and you were going to complete the mission on it, you'd log the book, and then if you were to go to the mission, it's going to ask you to also do a book review. And once you submit the book review, then we review the book review, and when I approve it, I'm going to send you a secret code so you can put in there so it'll show that you completed that mission. So we're going to be using secret codes in different ways, but you'll be notified in advance. We talked about the games. All right, how many points to get your program certificate? Each age category, the total points to complete the summer library program is 1,000 points. And again, you earn those through reading and activities to complete it. If you reach 1,000 points, you can continue. It doesn't matter. That'll just mean that you'll get your completion certificate that you can download and print out from the ReadSquared once you're finished. If you don't have a printer at home, we'll print out your certificate here at the library or the North Branch. All right, journals. Journals, you'll be given a journal, and like I said, that is one of the missions for everybody, is picking up your summer journal. And we'll have some other information and videos about journals, but journals are a way for you to do mission activities, whether it's writing journal entries every day for adults. There'll be other journal things for the younger kids on drawing or writing different things out, but those will be listed in the missions. And then there's also the Camp NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, but it's part of that that are actually helping to instill skills for writing, and the journals will be used for that as well. Okay, if you have any questions, please call the library. There will be missions. I'm just looking at one of the other questions I have that involve take and make crafts. I don't have any of those missions posted yet, but we're going to have 4 or 5 different craft kits that'll be available this summer that will launch at different points. That'll show up as a mission, and you'll come get the craft kit, take it home, and complete it. There's little bookmark kits, there'll be masks, there's some wands and stuff like that. So just be looking for those missions, and we'll be posting it on our social media so that you can see that that craft is available to pick up, and then you can come pick it up. If you have any other questions, again, I'm being repetitive here, just come and give us a call, and we will try to help you out. And we hope you really enjoy using ReadSquared this summer.